right. Good morning, everyone. As you all know, we're here because a very unfortunate situation has occurred. I'm going to ask the chief of police, along with some of the other leaders of our department, give a brief statement. Again, it's in the early stages, as they're going to share with you, of the investigation. So it's limited, the information that is going to be provided. I'm also going to be making some additional comments after they speak about a call of action and some additional funding allocation that we'll be doing as far as the city is concerned. Chief,
Thank you, Mayor. Good morning. As the mayor said, we have some very brief information to put out this morning. We're in the very early stages of this investigation. What I can share with you is at 7:45 last night, the Reading Police Department was dispatched to the playground here for a report of a shooting. When we arrived on location, we found one male victim deceased in the playground, and three other individuals were taken to Reading Hospital for gunshot injuries. All of them are in good condition. They're expected to survive and not life-threatening injuries from what we understand at this point, and our investigation is continuing. What we know at this point is that there were individuals, we believe all within the age range of 16 to 18, who came to the playground here from multiple municipalities to engage in a fight, and then gunshots started to be fired by multiple individuals, we believe, in the park. That's really all we have to brief at this point in time. I'll turn it back over to the mayor. He has some information to provide.
so as you heard, the investigation is currently being conducted, so that it's only limited information we can answer you. However, I am going to take this opportunity to do a call of action to our community. I'm going to personally be reaching out to the Reading School District, to the faith-based organizations, to non-for-profit organizations, especially those serving our communities, such as Olivet Boys and Girls, Salvation Army, Centro Hispano, the Rec Center, so that I could have one-on-one conversations with them to see what kind of pledge they're going to be able to commit to, and potentially do a town hall meeting so that we could ask the residents to be part of this challenge that we currently have. You know, I vividly recall living as a young teenager in the 80s in New York and seeing similar challenges and seeing similar violence. But I also recall very vividly how the community would come together to assist and how to prevent these terrible, terrible shootings and crimes, and how we could get these guns off these kids, because that's what they are. They're kids. You know, um, I'm a father of a 21-year-old set of twins, and it scares me that whenever they want to go out to get a McDonald's, I have to tell them go here and don't go there because of the areas that some of these locations may be in. We shouldn't live like this, folks. We should not live like this. Okay? So it's time for us to take our community back into our hands. Okay? Us as parents have a responsibility. I'm not going to just blame elected officials and the police department. The police department is working very tirelessly investigating several incidents, but there's only so much that they can do. We have to take it and run with it to make sure that we educate our youth that there's a better way. So I am going to ask each and every one of my community members, leaders, faith-based organization, so let's sit down, let's talk, let's see what kind of pledge you can commit to battle this gun violence. I'm also have been already in communications this morning with Council President Waltman, Vice President Cepeda Fertez, about the fact that we're going to allocate a minimum of $1 million from the ARPA funding to be utilized specifically for youth programming and after-school services. So I'm going to do everything that I can from within my part to make sure that we get this right. So again, I'm going to plead to please don't put blame. Don't tell us what we need to do, but pledge on how you can help us. God bless you. I believe the police department will be willing to take a few questions.
You had 2 deadly shootings in 3 days. Is this a trend people should be worried about?
No, we don't believe these incidents are connected at all. There are different parts of the city. We believe different individuals involved.
Is anyone in custody?
No, not at this time.
Do you believe that the shooter could be a high school student as well?
We're not releasing any information on potential suspects at this time.
Do you have anything to share with us about a vehicle, a person, appearance, anything?
No, we don't have any information that we're putting out relative to suspects at this point in time. We'll have a more detailed press release coming out this afternoon that may have some of that information in. Like I said, we're still in the very early stages of this investigation. There's a lot of witnesses and video evidence that we're combing through right now.
So when we talked like a week or two ago, we talked about how like the basis for these shootings is shifting, and it was always thought to be like drug related in the past, but now oftentimes it stems back to social media arguments or like disrespecting. Do we have any idea if that was involved here?
I don't have that information at this point in time, but the fact that we have 16 to 18-year-old kids from multiple municipalities surrounding the city coming here and engaging in a fight, that's not typical activity we see that's related to the drug trade.
Were all involved students at Governor Mifflin?
That we don't know yet. We're still, again, trying to piece through all the information we have.
How large of a fight was this?
I don't know if we have a number of
it varies. We have reports of anywhere between 15 and all the way up to 30 individuals.
They came here to fight, not to play basketball or...
That's our understanding, yes.
Did you recover any weapons?
At this point, we will not release any of that information.
Can you talk about the evidence you found?
Again, at this point, because of it being early on in the investigation, that information won't be released.
Was any property damaged?
We do believe at least one house was struck by the gunfire.
So when I talked to some just people who live in the city the last time that there was a shooting, like within the last week, one of the guys just said, people really have to want to change. And we're talking about a lot of programs and funding to go towards youth programs and things like that. But is there a way to make sure those things are utilized and really try to stop this? Like, what ideas do we have about that?
Well, I can't speak for other people. I can speak about our intention. That's why I'm going to ask for a pledge. I'm going to ask for commitment. I'm going to ask that it's not just another conversation that goes nowhere. I see that. I've seen this back in the 80s as a teen myself. But I also saw that community coming together and having different activities such as adults talking to the youth, going to the parks, standing in front of schools, and just telling them that there could be a better way. So again, I'm not going to defend how the funds can and cannot be utilized or how they will, but I am going to ask each and every one that they have to do a pledge. And again, I'm going to be paying close attention to data.
Are you able to speak on Governor Mifflin today going virtual? They made an announcement earlier on Facebook. Anything in regards to that?
I know as much as you do. I read this morning that they were going virtual due to the fact that some students have been involved in the shooting. So that's as much as I know.
You're saying a lot of these people involved came from other jurisdictions. Do you know where?
Not specifically at this time. We have some information on the fact that some of these kids were from outside of the city, but we're still putting that together.
All in the same age range?
Yes.
As far as you know, there were no older adults here?
As far as we know, the age range is that 16 to 18 age range.
And again, how it was organized, you aren't able to confirm right now that it was through social media to any regard?
No, we don't have that information this time.
And where in the park did it actually? I mean, I noticed you have the tape throughout the whole park, but can you specifically tell us where in the park that it actually happened?
Right.
Generally, on the other side of the playground set, between the playground set and the backstop for the baseball field.
However, if I may add to that, a park, a playground is not a place for violence. It's for a place where children should be coming to have fun-filled times, good memories. I'm going to ask the community to help us make that happen. Okay? This is not the place any place for that matter, especially in a park where there's other children playing and families walking. So we have to take responsibility. I'm going to ask each and every one, especially the parents, such as myself, let's take this and run with it. Let's make sure that we do the right thing. All right, guys. Thank you so much. And God bless you all. As I always say, I'm going to say a few words in Spanish in case anybody wants to record it. Buenos días para todos. Para mí es una tragedia estar al frente de ustedes hoy día informando de que estamos aquí porque una violencia está ocurriendo en nuestra comunidad. Más reciente, anoche, hubo un tiroteo entre unos jóvenes porque tenían una diferencia, pero tenemos que educar a nuestra comunidad, a nuestros niños, que hay una mejor manera, que esa no es la manera que debemos de educarnos. Yo voy a hacer una llamada al distrito escolar, a organizaciones, a líderes de nuestra comunidad, a las personas de nuestras iglesias, para que nos unamos y vengamos con soluciones para combatir esta violencia. Tenemos que hacer un esfuerzo para mejorar nuestras vidas y cómo nuestros niños conducen sus días. Ningún niño debe de estar preocupado si va a estar al frente de una violencia o no. Yo personalmente he estado hablando con el concejal esta mañana y vamos a dedicar por mínimo $1 millón para programas para combatir la violencia. Pero esto no lo podemos hacer de parte del gobierno solamente. Esto tiene que ser conjunto con la comunidad. Necesitamos que pongan de su parte. Como padre de un set de gemelos de 21 años, me duele pensar que algún padre tenga que ir a dormir no sabiendo si su niño va a llegar a la casa o no. Vamos a coger responsabilidad, vamos a poner de nuestra parte y hacer algo para mejorar nuestras vidas. Gracias. You have one question?
Just if you could say and spell your name for us, Mayor.
I'm Eddie Moran, Mayor of the City of Reading.
Hey, Mr. Mayor, just spell your last name for me.
Moran, M-O-R-A-N.
And Chief, same with you, I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's Chief Richard Tornielli. Last name is spelled Tornielli.
And it was 3 injured, 1 dead, right?
Correct. Yes, there was 4 victims total. 3 were injured. 1 was deceased here at the scene.
The 3 injured, you said, are all at Reading Hospital.
I believe at least one of them has been released at this point.
One has been released. 2 are still at Reading Hospital.
Expected to survive.
Expected to survive.
All right. Thank you all again. God bless you. Have a wonderful day.
Thank you.
Thank you.